Hello, welcome back to our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons historic colonial game. It's May 17th, 1755. The party is at Fort Cumberland in Maryland with the 44th Regiment of Foot, waiting on the 48th Regiment of Foot to show up with General Braddock and the rest of the men for your expedition into the Ohio Valley to drive out the French. The party, for those that may not have listened to the first two, has hired on as scouts with the militia rather than simply be drafted into the infantry of the militia. Fits your skills better and gives you a little more autonomy other than just marching in a line and exchanging shots. You recently, yesterday, encountered a few scouts, French footmen, and a couple of his Shawnee allies. The party took them out, collected their weapons, a little bit of loose change off the bodies. Well, actually, there was a decent amount of loose change on the bodies. And went back to basically report what they had found. Just a couple follow-up questions. One is going back a few days. Klikli wanted to make necklaces out of the lion fangs and stuff from the mountain lion you guys had killed. And it occurred to me, I don't think we did any rolling. Do you have a jewelry kit? Do you know how to use one if you do?
No, I had leather workers.
Okay.
Tool,
all right.
And that's what I was doing. It's not some fancy full-on, like, I'm not carving a locket into the canine teeth or anything like that.
But I was thinking,
it's
even like silver wire, but you're doing leather straps?
Yeah, it's just basically a leather a thong with the claw, or the tooth basically knotted into it to be the pendant.
Alright, can you make a leather working roll with either dexterity or wisdom?
Sure.
What's going on in there?
So you said dexterity or wisdom?
Yeah, either for the dexterous agility or just the artistic expression.
There's no echo, but Sean is much quieter compared to us.
It's that proficiency, so
Do you want to try just pushing volume up a couple of times? Take it to like 48 or 49. You said what, 19?
19.
Okay. And that was... That was way back on May Day. So it's been a couple of weeks. You haven't had all day. Well, you had some time off. So those are done. And they came out really nicely. And then you guys had also made some arrows and some paper cartridge rounds, you know, so you can bite it off and pour the powder in. And let's see. People have probably seen that in Civil War movies. Usually in Revolution and French Indian, they, like Davy Crockett, they show him pouring the powder every shot, right? At least when it happens on screen. Usually it happens off screen. And okay, so the other question was, you get paid bounties. Are you bringing the whole body back, or are you scalping them, which again we're not condoning, it just happened back then? Or were you gonna just never mind the bounty for those three?
Oh no, we're getting paid for the Frenchman.
All right. So, but I mean, you were only a couple of miles out, right? A mile or two. So, I mean, if you wanted to drag them back, you could.
I think for the Frenchman, I would want to carry the body back and then just scout the two natives.
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable compromise. We want to prove that the natives were working for the enemy and not just randomly.
Okay. So cool.
Because the way Klikli sees it is, I may not be able to find anything that has information, but one of the British back at the fort might see something that I don't think is important.
Identify a symbol on the uniform or something like that.
Yeah, like, oh, these guys are from such and such unit or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And us backwoodsmen recognize that guy's French.
Besides, I have a feeling I might be able to sell them.
True.
Oh, you're okay, Wyatt.
He wants to play.
I know. You can come out later afterwards. He's a good puppy.
Okay.
Cats can occasionally make a decent druid at the table, but dogs don't play well.
Especially when they're huge.
That's the main difference. Cats are just smaller.
I don't know, I've had some pretty fat cats.
As bad as Wyatt?
Wyatt!
Close in my opinion. I took care of my uncle's cat once, and that damn cat weighed easily 30 plus pounds.
We had our cat. Our cat was 30 pounds. he was a
Our biggest cat right now is 7.
Yeah, my big cat, she's like
Yeah.
10 or 15, somewhere in there.
So,
And then the little ones are like 4 pounds a pop, so.
That was our little one, was 13
Alright.
pounds. The one that died a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Oh, sorry to hear that, Johnny.
that's too bad.
He was the little one at only 13.
oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, Wyatt.
Lydia might be able to hook you up with another one. Or 10. She fosters cats. She has a whole section of her house.
About cat opposite coast.
They'll take them. The airplanes will fly them. When we moved to DC, our cats, we drove in a U-Haul, and our cats did not like it. We made it from LA to Victorville, and we got caught in a fire and had some trouble, and so we ended up in a hotel just around here, and the cats were not having it. So they went back, and once we were in DC, they got flown out as cargo, just on their own. They just got checked in at the airport, and Tracy picked them up. So it can be done. I don't know. We're talking about 98, and I think it was like $100 or something. So it's certainly cheaper to go to the local shelter, but Lydia would know if any of her fosters have like issues, because some of them do.
Yeah.
And So, hat tip to people that fostered cats, even the neurotic and bizarre ones. The ones that, so, but rest in peace to your kitty. So, okay. Fort Cumberland, turn in. Scout buddy with reports. That was actually 516. Alright, so the 17th, you're back out? Or were you going to stick close to the fort for some reason? This is, by the way, it's 20 feet per hex on the Fort Cumberland map, which is probably never going to matter. I'm just putting it out there. This is the actual size of the fort at 20 feet per hex, according to General Braddock. And then there's all your soldiers camped around it. If something does happen, if it's attacked, we have it ready, but otherwise, it's more or less just while we're narrating. But it's not a big place, you know, these frontier forts.
No. They were mostly someplace to retreat to defend.
It was like 200 yards by, I think it was 50 yards that he said in the description. 47 or something like that. So, there we go. I have an awful lot of redcoats now, but I feel like I need more. Although we do have more, they're not all painted yet. Actually, some of these are only half painted. But I don't know, you know, the wargaming grognard in me is like, more! I need hundreds for each side.
Well, yeah, there were multiple units there, so
Right?
you have each unit represented.
Well, I have the charging, the marching, the combat. I have, well, one artillery so far. Oops, wrong side. There's the commanders on horseback, but all right. Oh, I left that one here, didn't I? There we go.
We're just hoping that all our enemies are as talented as that Frenchman. Talented and tough as a Frenchman. Please, Mark, that's the enemy target we want.
Okay. Those two have generally been on the path. These two have generally been scouting to the sides, off in the brush a little bit. Did you? I think you met them. Let me check this. Oh, no, that was him. Okay. Well, now that's just pathetic. Okay.
I love when you say that. So encouraging.
Right. Times 10. So... Can you see those? No. There we go. Okay, I guess you can. So, you're going along, a couple of you, Charlie and Layla walking up the road, Francois and Klikli off to the sides, and all of you, just by way of passive perception, notice about 110, 120 feet ahead of you, kind of stalking the other way down the road, is a pack of wolves.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, not liking that.
Let's roll initiative just so we have an order.
That's not bad.
Oof.
All right, Francois.
20.
20.
Yeah.
Charlie. Layla.
5.
What's your dexterity?
+1. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
It is what it is.
10.
10. Klikli.
20.
20. No? Okay. All right. So, Francois will be reacting first. Francois is right there. Can you see that? Okay. And then there's 1, 2, and 3. Can you see? You can't. Oh, okay. You can kind of see the edge of it. He's right on the edge of the camera. There's more trees and bushes behind them. They're just off screen at the moment. So, from Francois to this one, the front one, is 110 feet. They look like they're stalking along hunting. What are you gonna do?
I'll move back to the ladies and say, wolves ahead. We probably want to let them be.
Duh. I heartily agree with that statement.
Well, we don't need to have Klikli making wolf fang bracelets next.
Oh, you want to be that way, huh?
Klikli's up next. Oh! You know what, Francois and Klikli, what are your initiative bonuses? I mean, your dex bonuses.
+3.
+3. But I get to add +2 wisdom to mine, so suck it, white man.
Alright, so, I mean, you're basically simultaneous. Klikli, what are you doing?
I'm actually going to climb the nearest tree. Get some elevation.
Roll either athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, actually, they're almost the same, so but athletics, let's see. That's a nat 1.
Aw.
Oh, 5.
You fall down and take 4 points of damage on your prone.
Oh.
You're pulling yourself up, you've got the limb, you're pulling up, and your hands just slip right off it. You go BAM! Flat on your back.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty painful experience. But but honestly, roofer is one of the most deadly jobs in the country.
Yep.
Yep.
People used to say, "Oh, you have such a dangerous job," when I drove a patrol car, and I'm like, "No, I don't." It's like number 12 or 14 generally. The really dangerous jobs in this country are deep sea fishermen and lumberjack. That's where you'll get killed.
Yeah.
And the other underwater.
But roofers,
robbers.
construction, even retail manager is more dangerous than firemen or police, just because the firemen and police are trained to handle the danger they're in. I haven't checked lately, but in my day in the 90s, more police were killed by traffic than anything else. That's why they make you get off the freeway for your ticket. They pull way over and approach your passenger's side looking in your mirror because they want to get hit by a car.
Well, it's not even just that. It's the fact most of them didn't wear seatbelts because they didn't like how it got caught on the radios and shit like that.
Well, mine did get caught on my gun holster on more than one occasion. I got out of my car and it got pulled open, which made my weapon less secure. And sometimes then when you go to snap it, some people are like, "What are you doing? You're judging your gun." And it's like, shut up. But yeah, no, I can totally see that. But yeah, I mean, you're driving around for 8 hours every day in city traffic or out on the highway with people whipping by at 100 plus, and that's dangerous. So, Anyway, after Klikli's roofer incident impersonation, Charlie?
Well, we're just gonna not attack the wolves, right? We're just like,
They were gonna let them pass because we're not getting paid to kill wolves. Well,
Right.
I am.
I'll be ready. Like, I'll have the coat pistol ready, but just quickly need help. Like,
Ow.
he'll offer pick up quickly. I mean, I can't heal you.
For wolves,
I'll wait.
for wolves, we get paid by the pelt, and that takes 2 weeks to tan.
I have the coat pistol ready.
And you're heading towards quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The two on the north side are still sniffing the ground and just kind of moving parallel to the road. The one on the south side kind of pulls out away from the road a little bit more into the brush. And Layla.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my weapon on ready and stay with a friend. Be alert. Oh, wait. I mean... I can still stay with a friend. But that's as far as I can move.
Okay. And what are you readying?
My pistol.
Oh. Well, at least we have a printer now.
Yep.
Alright, you know where they are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry. You take the book if you need it. Andrea's character sheet got ganked again by the PDF reader or whatever. Okay.
So at least rebuilding it shouldn't be an issue.
Right, yeah. It's not like if I lost Nim, that would actually break me.
Yeah, losing Layla at level 1, okay, that's annoying, but it's fixable. Losing a character like Nim, where you have just all sorts of special crap on that character sheet,
Right?
that's where you find Microsoft and
Yep.
And they'll say, well, our user agreement, you did agree that we weren't responsible for your death.
We'll make you responsible. personal.
pretty good at Supreme Court and your terms of service aren't enforceable, so come here, little man.
Well, I mean, she's actually talking about a PDF reader on a tablet, so I think it's probably Google's fault. Maybe Adobe had something to do with it. But
Google, Microsoft, Apple, they're the same damn thing and the same damn problems.
right, that's true.
Only thing that's different is the branding.
Yep, this section brought to you by technology.
So, Klikli, it's your turn. Half your move to stand.
Okay, well, yeah, and then I'm going to try again to climb the tree.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, if I roll the second one, it's meant to be. Okay, it's a 19.
Okay, so that time you scramble up into the tree. A little bit bruised, a little embarrassed, but not too bad, I hope. I mean, at first level, that's a lot of hit points, but...
That's a third of my health.
Yeah.
And that's for a ranger.
Yeah, falling flat on your back off a roof is a interesting experience that I hope no one else has to go through.
Yeah. Why did not do that, yeah?
I don't. You feel like you're paralyzed. You can't breathe. You hear your ribs creaking with every movement. It's just fun.
Yeah.
But you're up and moving at least, so that's good. And Francois?
I'll move to the other side of the road so that I'm on the same side of the road as everyone else, but I'll move a little bit forward of the ladies and keep my carbine ready in case, but only if the wolves move from stalking to look like they're getting ready to attack. Otherwise, I'm already working on a mountain lion skin. I don't need to be working on a wolf skin that's not going to be readily saleable for weeks. That's the only money in these things is the skin. I'm not working as a trader right now. I'm working as a scout.
Charlie?
I'm just still like on the ready. Just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try. You know what? I'll try to catch Klikli if he falls. Like I'll move him closer to the tree. So if Klikli falls, I'll try to catch him.
Layla?
I'm gonna come around and just step into the shade of the other tree and be ready. Either with my gun or in case he falls again, whichever comes first.
Okay. Francois.
I'll move to put myself between the main group and that one wolf on that side of the road, but still just with the carbine ready. But not,
Like here?
yeah, like there. Just to be the first one to shoot if it starts attacking, but I'm hoping more that it'll see the confidence and move aside.
Hmm? How about Klikli? You're up in the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready my bow. If it comes within, I guess if it acts like it's got a scent of us, then I'll take a shot. Otherwise, I'll let it be. But I'm aiming my bow at it.
Roll either nature or animal handling.
Okay. Well, that's a good roll, regardless of what stat. He said nature or animal handling.
Yeah.
21.
This one especially is behaving in a very stocky manner. Like he's down on his haunches as he moves, and he's sniffing the air, and occasionally his lips pull back. Being very quiet. The other two are... They look like they're hunting, but not especially you. I mean, they're off on the other side, moving from bush to bush, behind trees. But they're not really looking at you. This one over here, you're pretty sure has noticed you. Whether it's preparing to be defensive or actually getting ready to charge is a little hard to tell right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep my bow aimed at the one who's clearly stalking something.
Okay.
I don't want to fire if I don't have to, because it'd just be a waste.
Okay. Charlie?
Yeah, I'm just waiting, like, again, just being on guard and having it ready. But I'm not gonna go running after him.
The southern one is going around. To this southern side. These two... sort of moving through the brush, also around, kind of not noticing you. This one, again, is sort of creeping and still not, well, if he's growling, it's too soft for you to hear it, but he sure looks like he's snarling a little bit. Layla?
I'm still on standby, just keeping my eyes peeled, watching back and forth with my back to the
Francois?
Stay where I am. Card being trained on the southern wall. Looks like he's going around. He's stalking something on the other side of us. Great. If he turns to attack, fire.
Okay. Klikli?
Same thing. Bow
Okay.
trained on him, and just waiting to see if they pass or attack.
Charlie?
Same thing, different round.
Alright, so the southern one is still kind of circling. The two northern ones cross the road, still just kind of heading in the same westwardly direction they started. They're not really following the road as such. Layla?
Same thing still. I'm just, they're getting kind of close, but I don't want to move. So I'm just gonna. It's like a T-Rex. If I don't move, they can't see. Because that's totally how that worked. For sure, animals totally work that way.
Why not?
Right.
Sorry.
You okay? Klikli? Do you still have that other inhaler I gave you?
You didn't give me that.
Yep, it's still up in the tree, still keeping an eye on him.
You gave it again.
Sorry, Brian, this is gonna be a boring combat unless you decide the wolves are gonna attack.
I was gonna say it's gonna be 5 rounds of being on watch. The patience of the hunt. Who's gonna crack
We don't
first?
know if there's French scouts in the area or what. Getting into the combat here, it would be stupid if we could avoid it.
Yes.
So, Klikli ready. Francois? Ready?
Yep. Ready in case.
Charlie?
Ditto.
And then it's their turn.
And yes, I should make one more. Yeah, they're feeling good about it.
Oh, I bet they are.
And they're feeling hungry because all the damn Frenchmen and Indians have been intruding in their territory and scared all the damn game away. So...
Well, skill issue.
So... This one lets out a barking roar, 5, 10, 15, 20. Of course, all your shots will go off first, but 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And so, readied. Klikli's a little closer, so we'll have him shoot first from the tree.
Okay. But I have advantage because I'm elevated. Oh, nat 20. It doesn't matter.
All right. I was thinking of a +2. Advantage is a little much, but I'll check because now I'm curious. But the nat 20 definitely hit. You were aiming at this one, so roll double your damage dice.
Oh, that's crap. 8. Wait, I rolled a 3 and a 2 for the damage dice.
What was your total?
8.
8. Okay, well, still.
No, that's horrible. I
Well,
essentially rolled minimal damage.
it certainly could have been a lot better, but your arrow still sinks pretty deep into him, and he's dripping blood on the ground. And let's see. Francois was ready, shooting at the same one.
Yeah. And the shot goes off and probably goes wild with 10.
I double check, but I think you're right. Yeah. He
Maybe the noise will scare him off.
maybe because of the arrow, but he dodges out of the way and sort of stumbles as the arrow hits him. So 247. Let's see, Charlie, you had a ready to attack.
Yeah,
With your pistol.
with the cokes, yeah.
So, which one are you shooting?
Holy shit. How did that happen, that poor girl? This the one closest to me.
Okay.
And 6 altogether. Does a 6 hit?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I rolled a 2, so at least it wasn't a 1.
There's a loud crashing boom, and your bullet goes whizzing past. You can hear it.
Yep, so
It goes zip as it whips past. But zippers don't exist yet, so I can't make that comparison. You have buttons and buckles. But
yep,
but it goes zip as it whips past you.
pretty much.
A part of me totally saw all of this coming, and I still decided to stay put instead.
We may have made a mistake giving Charlie the coat pistol. Last time she just caused a cloud of smoke, and this time she barely avoided it.
Maybe there's a reason why she was carrying the shotgun pistol to start with. Like that joke you always give the shotgun to the guy with the bad eyesight.
Yeah. Which it was the John Wayne movie. Was it El Dorado?
Yeah. It's
The first one?
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When James Caan has the shotgun. The sawed-off shotgun that used to belong to the blind guy.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Layla, you had a readied shot.
Yeah.
So take your shot as they're coming in, and then they get their attacks for their turn.
Cool.
Which one are you shooting?
The one that's already hurt?
2 of them. Oh, no. Okay, this one.
Yeah. Because then I won't be completely surrounded. 17.
That hits it. Boom! Second gunshot in the woods.
And this is why I tried to avoid the fight.
We did try.
You did. They rolled very aggressive and they consistently made morale checks.
12.
Alright, so the three of you fire at that one and shoot it down. It collapses about 10 feet from her.
And that was the reaction first, right?
That was the reaction. It's
Yeah.
not quite your turn yet.
Yeah. No, I have to get down first.
And so what's your armor class?
What is armor class again?
Are you wearing armor at all?
Oh, wait.
Here, let me see.
Cause I think. Let me just confirm which outfit I had.
Firebrand. You had the broadcloth coat. You had the dolman and police.
No, I took the broadcloth coat.
Oh, you
and
did?
subject case, yeah.
Okay. So broadcloth coat is light armor.
12 plus dex, so 13.
Okay. And tactics. They have advantage. So that one's a hit. And that one's a hit. And do you need this to write down your equipment?
Yeah.
Here.
Thanks.
Okay. Don't let it.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Force, which is good, but there's more than one, which isn't as good. Ouch. Okay, you get bit for 9 points of piercing damage. And
I'm down.
Okay.
I only had 8.
I was going to say make a saving throw or be knocked prone, but I guess you're knocked prone. All right. So she dodges out of the way of one, and the other one just hits her in the side and clamps onto her shoulder, and its weight just slams her into the ground. There's a spray of blood as she you hear a crack as she hits,
Nice.
and she's not moving.
Level 1.
Yep.
All right. Layla, it's your turn. Make a death save.
Yep. 15.
A first level character.
Success. And
The PDF viewer was sending a message.
No, I'm
stay in the
stubborn.
fort.
I'm
Get your
stubborn.
equipment together again.
They're like, you still haven't chosen your last language.
Francois?
Alright, yank the coat pistol, the first coat pistol out of my belt loops and shoot the one that just bit Layla and then stow it because I'm going to need to pull the next one next round.
Alright. Boom!
Well, that's a better shot. That's an 18.
That hit.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Alright, there's a puff of red mist as your bullet hits him in the side. And he stumbles a bit. Not looking too good. Klikli?
Okay.
The closer one's bleeding, the further one's fine.
So, the one attacking Layla is still up, though?
They're both attacking Layla.
Then I'll go for the further one.
Okay.
did the elevation give me a bonus to the roll or no?
Give it a +2. I haven't actually found anything official, but give it a +2
Okay.
because.
Well, okay, then that's a 21 to hit with a +2.
All right. That definitely hits it. I'm gonna do a little quick search.
For another 8 points of damage.
Six. On the wounded ones.
8 points of damage.
Oh, 8. Well, still, it would be enough. So your arrow hits that one, and it flops to the ground. With the arrow sticking out of its heart, it looks dead. I don't know, maybe it should be advantage, just because 5e doesn't have a lot of different numbers.
Yeah, no, and that's the reason why I kind of like Pathfinder, just because, like, some stuff that, that makes sense that you're a little bit, improved or have a better chance of the shot. Here's a +2, here's a +4, whatever.
Yeah.
It works in the system. Yeah, that'll be it for me. I don't have anything I can do on a bonus action.
Alright. Charlie?
Or those.
This one's still up.
Okay.
Hey Brian, can you shift the camera just a hair? Most of the combat's moving along. There we go.
I want to drop
Thank
the
you.
coat pistol and pull out the great sword, and I'm gonna charge it.
Alright. Ah!
If this was a video game, though, these wolves could drop like guns and.
Right.
2 star legendary items.
And it has a bloodied, haste, weightless cryolator on it for some reason.
Right?
No, it's the rail gun.
13.
The railroad gun, yeah, because wolves always run around with railroad guns.
Yeah, exactly.
An extra railroad
This is a
spikes.
13 hit.
Yes.
Final case. 2d6. 8 altogether. Great sword damage.
Alright, you run up and just chop right into its side, spraying blood and leaving a big gash of bloody meat wide open on its flank.
Yep, I do. That's right. I absolutely do that.
And it's gonna turn. It doesn't have advantage because it doesn't have any allies next to you. But what's your armor class?
Fight doesn't like this. 14.
He wants to play the wolves.
No, he wants to protect me.
No, he wants to eat.
You get bit for 7 points of damage.
Alright.
Layla, death
I
save.
am bloody. I mean, technically,
Okay.
one away from being halfway down.
18.
18 success.
Excuse me.
Klikli.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the remaining wolf
Alright.
and
Twang.
actually hit it.
And lower them out.
Okay. That's going to be an 18 or a 20, one of the two.
Hit either way.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Okay. 9 points of damage.
Alright. Your arrow sinks in through the ribs. and through the lungs, and it drops panting, and then just kicks out and bleeds. And it's dead. And Francois.
If they're all dead, I'm gonna move up to the rest and, well, can't quite get up close enough to use the healer's kit, so I'm just moving toward being able to help.
All right. Charlie.
And pull out my
Go ahead.
pistol in case, and I'll ready my other cook pistol in case something else comes out to attack. I don't think there will be, but just in case.
All right, Charlie.
Can I go and help stabilize?
5, 10, 15.
I can go 35, so.
Yeah. No, you're fine. It's just, you know.
I mean,
You step over the dead wolf, trying not to slip in the bloody mud.
Right.
And so it costs you 2. And then you make it over.
Okay, I got it.
And so she's laying there bleeding.
So is there anything I can do there?
Is there anything you can do?
Well, I have a +1 on medicine, even though I'm not proficient.
Do you have a healer kit?
No.
I do.
Bless you. Bless you.
You're such a shit.
Alright, so I guess you're looking around for leeches or some kind of moss to stick on it, but you're not seeing anything right off the bat.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Some dirt might hold the blood in.
yeah, maybe.
Make a 20, roll 20 plus your 1.
That has not been rolling good for me.
Why, get down.
6.
Alright.
Oh, now it's a 20.
Well, you know better than to actually put mud on it, but you're not recognizing anything you can really do.
My friend, the person I met 3 weeks ago. Or whatever.
You guys have been together about 5 weeks now.
A month in a week.
Going on 6. Like a month and 10 days. And so Layla, I guess you need to make a death save.
I tried, Layla. I really tried.
You're fine. 16.
Success. So you're stable.
Leave it.
She stops bleeding. She's just unconscious. I guess we'll go around one more time. Klikli.
Hop out of the tree and move towards her with my healing kit.
All right.
Get
Acrobatics.
basically get her bandaged.
Roll acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatic.
Wyatt, leave it.
And 11.
All right. So you hop lightly. You know, you hang down and then drop the last couple of feet and land lightly, no problem. Walk over and you said healing kit.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in the thing in the new book, so I would think it's the same as the
Yeah.
your player's handbook.
Yeah, if it's not a specific thing in there, although I think Andrea's looking at it right now.
Yeah, it says I can spend an action to stabilize a creature without needing to make a medicine check.
Yeah.
That's what the player's handbook.
And it has 10 uses. She is stable, just because she made her save.
Okay.
But if you want to use one to bandage her up for role-playing purposes, that's fine. Inspiration.
Okay, I'll take that considering some of the sweetie nature of my rolls.
Alright. So you rub some goop on it and wrap it with some clean cloth around her shoulder, which is a little tricky. I mean, they don't have triangular bandages, but going up and around the arm and the neck and the chest, and you manage to to get it covered. It's basically all you have is gauze rolls. And let's see.
That and some really nasty corn liquor to prevent infections.
So alright, so you've got a passable bandage on her now, instead of just having these vicious wolf bite marks out on her shoulder.
As long as she doesn't charge her.
And cool. So what do you guys do? She's laying there. I guess we can finish. Francois, did you have anything other than a healing kit?
No, nothing other than a healing kit, so I'm gonna start looking over the wolf corpses to see if it's worth worth skinning them while we wait for her to wake up.
I think so. I mean, hell, wolves are just made of money.
Well, I'm guessing that the two that were just shot are probably in fairly decent condition, but the one that got cut in half by a greatsword might be damaged.
Yeah, we can make a hat out of it.
Well, they've all bled a lot. I mean, you could clean it up, stitch the bullet and arrow holes. The other one, yeah, I mean, you could use parts of it for some small things. Pouches and whatnot.
Baby booties.
Baby booties. Dog mittens.
Oh man, sorry.
Our dog does have mittens for his feet to go running around in the snow.
Hey, we can all have wolfskin belts.
Well, if this was a complete fantasy game, we could give the barbarian the fur undies, but it didn't apply very well in revolutionary America.
Yeah, and I don't think Charlie wants to go all Conan either.
She might. You don't know that. Don't assume.
I said I don't think. Got that. I didn't make a statement. Your statement. But going all Conan might make it very obvious that she's female.
Probably. Yeah, Conan's not wearing much. Loincloth. Doesn't leave much for the imagination.
We can make you a nice wolfskin loincloth and breastband.
Oh, we're.
That's just how barbaric you really are.
That would be kind of funny.
Alright, so you guys, I guess if you want to try to skin them, make survival rolls. One for each. If somebody's assisting somebody else, they would have advantage if they're trained.
Assist Francois.
Alright, and that's okay, so that's 119 and 115. And then for the partial one, that one's a 23 for the one that's only pieces.
You got slippers now.
I'm getting every last bit of usable things out of the one that Charlie slashed. The other, maybe. So 19, 15, and 23.
Okay. So you have 2 good wolf pelts and 1, we'll say, excellent half pelt. It's just too bad. I mean, that one had this really nice, sleek fur.
Really?
You know,
no, don't go there. That ain't right.
Like it's had a tablespoon of oil in its food every day just to keep
it did not.
lush and
Liar.
No, it
Liar.
was probably like a sandy gray and a bit.
fluffy.
Lies. It was the ugliest one of the bunch.
Like the white mask around its eyes, the star on its chest.
You're being mean. You're a troll.
He is. Yes. Is this new to you?
No, it's
And I
not.
got the 3 skulls with the brains inside to make the tank solution once we get back.
Okay.
Yeah, and once we get it all tanned up, I know things to sell because that's one of my favorite prey.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. We actually all picked different favorite preys, though. We got a good spread.
So, as pros, you managed to get through that in about, we'll call it an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So,
It's not like he's locked out.
that'll count as a short rest, but she's unconscious, so doesn't gain the benefits. Layla, that is. But just because you've been around, but she's still unconscious. You're not sure how long. Usually when people get knocked out, it's for like 1 to 4 hours.
And no one else has like
Well,
smelling
he
salts
might
or
actually,
anything.
if he tried.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if he tried.
No, he didn't try.
He didn't. That's
All right,
true.
so she's still laying there. I mean, under the
It's a
tree.
Short rest. Do we have
Short rest, you can spend hit dice, and if you have a short rest ability, you get it back.
our hit dice? Or I didn't write. There's not a place for hit dice.
Yes, there is.
You have 1. You have
No,
1 hit
no,
dice.
no,
But is it
no.
like a D8 or?
It's whatever your hit points are.
1D.
If you don't have Heartstorm, then I have some. So if you roll a 1 or a 2 on that hit die, we can have you re-roll it.
And
I don't know why these fully cloaked can help you with that, but can't get Layla up. But okay.
You need smelling
And
salts.
And you're
Mechanics off.
okay, Brian, I rolled a 6 on my hit dice, so that's I would get 8 back. Only need 4.
okay. Cool. And Tracy is a barbarian. I believe you have
Yeah.
D12s, don't you?
I'm checking.
Yeah, barbarian D12. So you have 1 D12 hit dice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, barbarians have the biggest hit dice
Alright, I got more than I needed.
because
Can
even
I give the
rangers wear
3
more
extra?
armor.
Can I give the 3 extra that I don't
No.
need to someone else?
No. Instead of great cleave, where you pass on the hit dice, great short rest. I don't, if you wanted to spend a feat on that, I might allow it, but Like, you just were so relaxed that other people around you got more relaxed.
Yeah, that's a thing in real life.
All right. So an hour and a half has gone by. You've gotten the pelts off and the skulls off. You've only cleaned them up a little bit. That's really a big job that you're going to want to do by the river. But you've got it at least to the point that, you can put them against each other and roll them up skin side to skin side. And really the skins, I mean, it's not that bloody a job. I mean, cleaning it kind of is, but it's not that bad, is what I'm saying. I don't know what our listeners might be imagining, but
Some Texas
Yeah, I
chainsaw.
haven't skinned in the size of a wolf, but I have skinned bone.
oh, that Michael Moore movie about Flint, Michigan, the lady skinned some rabbits. If anyone's really interested, you don't have to listen to all this stuff. Just skip to the part where the lady's skinning the rabbits. For her livelihood, she was selling them for people to eat. That's how bad things were in Flint. Yeah. So, anyways, you've got them. You're all set. The ones who are conscious were able to relax and get themselves bandaged up and catch their breath. I think you're all back to full. Are you back to full?
I'm unconscious.
Oh, yeah, you're still
Nobody
unconscious.
has
You're back to
smelling
full.
salts.
Were smelling salts invented yet?
Yeah.
They were?
Yeah, that's like
Well-
ancient shit. That was in Greece.
It's like ancient.
Alright.
That's like some ancient shit, yo.
Maybe that's why you don't have them. The recipe would call for Grecian spices, not
Just no.
pine
there's-
needles and mushrooms.
No,
I-
it's literally like pine and mustard or something. Like.
I'm kidding. I'm sure they could come up with something, but yeah, nobody has any
Yeah.
in their bandage kits.
The
Put him out or something.
Why?
Come here. On the
Go to Tracy.
Why? Come here.
on the starting equipment, it's listed as smelling salts, but it doesn't. It just says that we can use them to re-roll a 1 or a 2 when we spend hit dice. But they are
Oh,
described as smelling salts.
huh.
I've got 2 different of those.
Interesting. Well, I guess if they gave it that other effect, it might be for a reason.
Yeah. Well, historically, in the 17th century, the distillation of an ammonia solution from shavings of hartshorns, ear, and hooves led to the alternative name for smelling salts as spirit or salt of hartshorn. So they are literally smelling salts.
So if we can use it to revive her, I will.
No, because it has that other effect. But I'll look through and maybe we'll invent something similar, like just the stuff Sean just looked up, as opposed to this stuff. But I want to look because they might have done that for a reason. They actually did the nations. It's in the Nations and Cannons, you mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we play tested. Well, I say we, but the community, the Kickstarters, the Redditors. I mean, it's actually been play tested a lot. And if it doesn't wake you up from unconscious, there might be a reason. But it might also be that people didn't generally stay unconscious for very long.
Well, that's because in 5e, the second you get hit points, unless you're under effect that specifically says you remain unconscious, you wake up.
Yeah, she's just she's the healer. Anybody else, she'd be able to hit them with a gambit and wake them right up with a few hit points. So,
And
yeah.
I have to be conscious for the thing to go off, right? The thing.
Which thing? If it takes an action or a reaction, then
It's in the Firebrand stuff. It's one of the traits.
was it one of your gambits you mean, or because that's second level? Swaying opinions,
Yeah, it
preparing
would've been-
gambits. You would need to be conscious to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, checking one thing about the rests, just to see if she can spend hit dice, even though she's unconscious. Because again, we face this so infrequently.
Well, and also, IRL, resting makes you heal faster.
I don't know. I would not consider the rules are vague on the point, probably on purpose or because it never came up, because everybody's always okay in 5e.
Until they're not.
But I'm thinking that being unconscious from a concussion isn't like a restful sleep.
But I'm not concussed. But that's the key. I'm not concussed. My jugular was bit through.
Because that's better.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Just
not-
don't worry about it.
But he put a Band-Aid on it.
I'm sure it'll heal now.
All right.
Just put some lotions on it.
So I guess you're gonna have to wait. It's not a restful sleep for you.
That's fine.
So about an hour and a half has gone by. She's still laying there limp but breathing. And the wolves are skimmed. So what are you guys thinking?
It's been an hour and a half and she's still unconscious.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I better make another encounter.
Love that. Because why not?
Well,
Sure.
I could pick her up and carry her. We can get-
What do you weigh?
135.
And you're wearing the coat, so not like heavy mail, but you probably have like 20 pounds of stuff. So 155. What's your strength?
My strength?
No,
My
hers.
strength?
16.
So you should be all right.
Wait, did it actually save my height and weight? It did not.
Aw.
Ugh. At least I remember most of it. I bet you I made it like actually 120, but whatever.
If I mathed right, and I'm not saying I did because I'm not using a calculator, but if I mathed right, then Charlie should be able to carry about 440 pounds without being encumbered. So yeah, you could toss one of her over each shoulder.
Yeah, that's the way Charlie was built.
Yeah, the only bigger buffer person you guys have seen is Daniel Morgan.
Which, I mean,
He's Daniel Morgan.
Yeah.
What's Francois' strength?
10.
Okay.
sorry.
So Charlie is ripping the pellet back. Legally is actually pretty decently strong too. He's just wiry.
And Francois relies on traps and pistols for his job. He hunts small game with traps.
Well, apparently Klikli hunts the most dangerous game of all. It's,
Speaking of, make a, let's call it a wisdom check for Francois.
Wisdom.
He opened the gate somehow. I always miss exactly how he does it, but he did it.
7.
He goes back.
7? Alright. Charlie, make a wisdom check.
Oh, gosh, my dice. Okay. Wisdom is 15.
Okay, that's better. So Francois's got his stuff put away, but Charlie, you've been resting and hanging around, and you have a snack, and you're getting up, and you pick up your gun, and realize you haven't reloaded. You need to use the prime and load action to reload each of your guns.
Oh, okay. Well, then I do that.
So you sit down for a couple of rounds and start reloading your guns.
Yeah.
Alright. Francois, she's reloading her guns.
Yeah, I'm going to start reloading mine.
Alright. So you pull the one back out of the boot holster. Or the belt holster, excuse me. She has the boot holster.
In my boot holster.
Yeah. No, hers is in the boot. Yours are in your belt. Yeah. So, alright. You all reload. And Klikli, I didn't have you roll because you've just got arrows.
yeah. I'm always loaded.
Alright, so that's just a couple of rounds though. 10-second rounds for those that may be listening that didn't watch before in this game because, you know, reloading, it makes it a realistic reloading speed. And it'll also, well, at some point will be like in battle scale, but when even the larger skirmishes are going, it makes them a little more realistically timed. And I don't know, the individual fights, I mean, that one went a while because you guys were ready. You didn't really want to just shoot them from a distance. You wanted to give them a chance. Everyone should have inspiration for that. I mean, it didn't work out dice roll wise, but it was a good plan. And, but for the most part, they've been fairly quick, high damage. The reloads will give them a break, but we've only had so far like 2 and 3 round. You guys do a lot of damage, but then you have to reload. Or switch guns.
Which is why Francois has the carbine in his hands and 2 pistols in his belt. Because he expects to have to switch gun.
Yeah, but in round 4, you have a choice to make. Do you have a great sword? You have a knife.
No, he's got the long knife.
Got the long knife in my Layla.
Which is hilarious when you think about it, because the long knife is a short sword by modern standards.
It's pretty close.
It's one of the shorter short swords, but it's definitely a short sword by modern standards.
So, you pick up Charlie. I have to get used to your names. Charlie picks up Layla. And where are you heading?
Where are we heading, guys?
Back to camp if we've got somebody that's unconscious.
Yeah, Layla's down, so we should probably take her back to camp. Or we do like the equivalent of like hang your food up for so the bears don't get it, and just basically put her in a hammock.
I mean, we're scouting for practice and to get the lay of the land, not because we were sent out on mission. Somebody goes down, we go back to camp and rest up.
Okay. Back to Fort Cumberland. Nothing messes with you on the way. You were a couple miles out. So you get back about 12, 15, 45 minutes later. And so now, wait, that's not right. 11:30. Yes, it is. Okay. So you short rested, left there at 11:30, a couple miles back through the woods, but you're also in the Appalachians at the edge, so mountain applies too. So you don't get lost, ranger ability helps. And so, it's about 12:15 or so when you get back to Fort Cumberland.
Yep, I think we're about done for the day. Time to rest, recover, let the guards on the camp deal with any wolves while we rest up from ours. Or we rest up and work on tanning the skin.
Yeah, worked for me. Oh, Brian, I recovered one of my arrows, right? If I fired 3 of them.
I guess.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Don't be mad, sir.
Nah, I mean, sure, it's alright.
Asking for arrows back, not health potions. You don't need to sound so down, bro.
You recovered the one that was deep in the nice soft
Yeah.
of the wolf, but not the one that missed.
The one that missed is just plain gone. The ones that are in, like, the bony parts would have probably chipped or bent or broke.
Yeah, I didn't miss any of my my arrow shots. The only bad roll I had was when I was trying to climb the tree. That was the nat 1.
The missed
Oh,
shot
yeah, and
was
the damage on the first
Mom.
one.
Yeah, I was the missed shot.
It just didn't do damage.
Yeah, no, it was a nat 20, a 21, and a dirty 20 to hit for all 3 shots.
Alright, I'm not going to put them all back out, but just a representative amount around the fort. There we go. Okay. And so you're coming back from the west. And, well, where did you want to go? Were you going to the fort or were you going to your tent? Or were you going somewhere else?
I think our tent works just fine.
Yeah.
There's like a tavern down the hill next to the river. It's a little bit off screen.
That's after she wakes up.
It's like from the fort to Willis Creek, General Braddock reported about 600 feet, about 200 yards. So, alright, to your tent then? And you put her down in your little... Well, I guess you'd have military cots traveling along with you. They don't necessarily belong to you, but you know, there's a big logistic train that follows these armies. And I mean, just like as a historical note, I mean, you've got half the group here. So you guys would be able to estimate that total you're going to have about 2,500 people, including the wagoners, and the wagoners then including Daniel Morgan, Daniel Boone, others. The rumor is that the colonies are going to contribute about 200 wagons full of foodstuffs and water and supplies of various sorts, ammunition. So, you know, that's a heck of a wagon train. But there aren't 200 wagons here yet. Only part of the force is here, even to begin with. So, let's see. So, about 45 minutes later, and
Come here.
tent. And then, so 1 o'clock p.m., Layla wakes up.
Nice.
You have a hit point.
Nice. So, everyone else had a short rest.
Do you want to just lay there in your cot for another hour?
Yeah.
All right.
We're not in a rush.
Short
Yeah,
rest. All
we
right.
can go down to the bar. Evening.
So you guys bring her, you know, some water. Well, grog. They put rum in it to kill anything that might be in the water. British military traditions.
Yep.
And they wonder why they're always so, like, ready to start fights. So you have a little grog, you have some sea biscuits and some hardtack. Yum.
Yum.
The party didn't really take any wolf meat, but wolves don't taste that, you know. Predator scavengers generally don't taste that great because you are what you eat.
I will
And
take the time, Brian, to pass out the mountain lion necklaces to everyone
okay,
as thanks for saving me. What, 2 days ago now?
It was longer
a
than
little
that.
more.
The outline was half tan, so it's about a week ago.
The mountain lion was on April 30th. It's now May 17th. But a lot of that was spent just traveling with no encounters, which is going to happen a fair amount. Not every day is going to have, like let's just say the encounters are a lot more in line with Lord of the Rings, where it's a certain number per distance traveled, as opposed to, say, the Gygaxian Isle of the Ape, where you roll a d12, and anytime you get a 12, there's an encounter. But you roll like every hour. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but then, oh, that's average 2 a day. Yeah, no wonder it took so long to get across that island.
Yep.
And so you take your short rest, you can spend your hit die. You roll, what do you have?
1d8, I just did.
Okay.
I'm good.
Alright, so you're feeling better now?
Yep.
Alright. And Sean passes out the necklaces. Everyone can write down Mountain Lion Fang necklace on leather strap. And he did a really good job of drilling the hole and like did some fancy cross tie knotting for the strap.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Considering you guys actually saved my life, because that thing would have carried me off.
It was trying to.
That was definitely its plan, and it was putting it into action. Let's.
Perhaps before we go out again, we should consider grabbing a poultice or two to take with it. If they're available.
That's some
Yeah, we
pagan
can do that.
witchcraft, and you'll get burned for even thinking about it. I say out of character because Layla isn't not all that. Considering she's a firebrand, she's not all that religious.
Well, okay, your characters do not have to be super religious. That's up to you. Just recognize a lot of people around you are super religious, and going to church is mandatory. Like, in the cities, the sheriff, half of their job is going around peeking in people's windows on Sundays to make sure they're not working.
Yeah, she's still,
Yeah, and the,
There's
and
nuance.
in the military, it's Sunday morning. You all line up in regiment.
Yeah.
Well, heck,
No, I'm not
even
saying
today,
she's
actually.
unreligious. I'm just saying they're science.
Well, maybe not, I don't know about today. I know that in the Marine Corps in 1988, 1989, they would line everybody up on Sundays, and they would march you over to the church, and if you didn't want to go in, they wouldn't force you. Like, I had gone to temple on the Navy base on Friday night, because they had a Jewish temple. So I just kind of stopped outside, and then I told the officer I was Jewish. It wasn't even my officer, they just had some out in front of the church. And you just be like, I'm Jewish, or I'm atheist, or, I don't, whatever. And they'd go, okay, go over there. And then you'd go back, and they'd find some extra duty for you to do for a couple hours.
He loved church on Sundays. He was an atheist, but he'd still go to church because it was nap time.
Oh,
Close your eyes and hold your hands together and look like you were praying, and it was all good.
yeah, I mean, there were a couple of guys that definitely were not Jewish who started going with me to temple because we got to do the toast with wine on Friday nights. And we were underage, but it's for religious purposes. So, just, hey, one cup of wine can really take the edge off.
Yeah.
But when you're 18, you haven't had much to drink. Definitely not any during the week, when you're in training. After that, yeah. Well, not 18, but once you're 21, or depending what state you're in, or if you're in another country, then yeah, then they drink a lot. Don't get me wrong, Marines can put it away. but when you're 18 and you're starting out in basic or job training and you really don't have a lot of time to go running around, it can be nice. Anyways, and let's see.
But no, for the time, she is not unreligious.
All right.
Just back to the time.
That's fine. I mean, other than being legally required, there's evidence that a lot of the founders were a little less than devout in many ways. So that's okay.
Yeah.
It's the rough and tumble frontier. So, it is now about 2 in the afternoon. Klikli. Okay. So, did you want to hang around camp? Were you going anywhere in particular? Nobody's hassling you. There's some other, there aren't a lot of scouts, but there are some other scouts. So, when a team has to come in from their patrol, particularly if one's unconscious, nobody's really giving you a hard time. Anyone? Just hang out?
Yeah, I guess just go do some maintenance on weapons and clean them and that. I can't really think of anything else. Kind of relax because we almost lost our only healer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't want that to happen.
Not at all.
I'm pretty sure the adrenaline is kicking in, but she also recognizes that it's getting into the afternoon, and fairly soon, comparatively, it'll be sunset. And that won't end well.
No,
So you got the zoomies?
Yeah. Near death will do that to you. Just every other time we've had other places to be.
Okay. Klikli will take one of the, where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna lead Layla over to the nearest tree and hand her his tomahawk and say, "Have at it."
Nice.
Is to work out some aggression, chopping firewood.
Yeah. Well, actually, full on hack at a tree. Not even just firewood. We'll take the splinters and toss them into the fire, but
Okay.
we don't have a punching bag, and I'm not gonna let her hit me because she might kill me. So yeah.
I don't want to hit
Tomahawk
anybody.
3.
Alright.
I'll ask if anybody thinks we need to make something out of this mountain lion skin, or should we just sell it now that it's fully tanned?
I think we should sell it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say sell it.
Yeah. Okay, you don't need some fur caps out of mountain lion? Now that it's tanned, it's sellable. So I'll go and see what I can get for it.
Yeah, at the very least, see if someone be willing to trade something, even if it's not
That's
money.
it. See what we can get for it in form of cash or gear.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a while before these wolves are ready, but we'll sell them when they're done. Klikli and I know how to sell things, and Klikli's good at selling wolf skin.
Yeah. It's beaver, deer, not wolf. It's beaver, deer, and bear that I took.
Ah, so neither of us has picked wolf. Okay.
I thought I did. Sorry. It was the bigger predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half our party is fur traders, and you keep sending animal enemies at us. Of course, we're going to want to sell them the hides.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just.
And suddenly, in the middle of camp, you are attacked by a rabid raccoon.
Well, that we would have to turn into a fur cat.
Yeah, because Tracy's characters are never complete unless they got a fur hat to go with.
Yeah. Yeah, if we got attacked by a raccoon, we would definitely have to turn it into a constant cat for Charlie.
That'd be nice.
Okay.
We'll need at
So.
least 3 of them for after the war when we go exploring the Wild West.
So trade
Them's the rules.
1 deer skin, 1 bear, and what?
No, those are his. Those are his favorite preferred prey. We're just trading the mountain lion skin.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
I mean, if you give me those hides, I will happily sell them to one of your NPCs.
Okay.
For a healing poultice or 2. So I don't think it's worth that much, but I'd be happy to trade it.
So, make. Let's see, what skill? I guess let's go with either persuasion or intimidation, or insight.
They're all the same +1, so it doesn't really matter. And that is an 18.
Okay. Okay, wait, first off, I better. So that's gonna be worth, that's a decent roll. So, mostly deer and beaver. The lions are pretty rare. So, and you've got definitely beat his roll. So, and you did a good job taking it off. So, we'll say he'll give you credit equal to 5 buckskins. And so, that could be, let's see, just for example, maybe I should just convert it to money. I don't know. This is more fun. Because you're at the trading post in the frontier. So, like 4 measures of powder and 40 bullets would be equal to about 4, like 2 for the powder, 2 for the bullets. Shirts range about 2 to 4 buckskins. Same with knives. Flints, you guys needed flints. Those are about 1 per buckskin. Or oh no, you just straight bought one from the other supplier. Let's see. I mean, hoes, axes, hatchets, kettles, wire, hats, belts, buttons, beads, booze. What are you looking for? That's the kind of stuff the average trader has. He has some other stuff too. I guess let me... What else were you thinking? Let's see.
Now, what do we want? Well, weapons are always good. Tools are good. I was, since our healer just went down, Francois was looking for, things like either actual smelling salts or more likely just a healing poultice or something. But I don't know if they have anything like that. Otherwise, what kind of tools you got for travel tools? Tools and weapons. We just recently loaded up on powder and shot, but and I'll ask him about the wolf pelts. So, well, we've got some fresh wolf pelts. They haven't been tanned yet, but don't know how long we'll be at the fort. Find out what he takes.
Okay. I'm basing this more or less on the long knives. But we're going to say 1 buckskin equals 5 shillings. And so...
Yeah, so 4 bucks.
So 5 buckskin, or, huh?
So 4 buckskins is nowhere near a healing poultice.
And untanned wolf, he'll give you another, I guess, 5 shillings for the pair.
For the pair, and we'll just keep the
and the skulls.
Excellent.
Huh?
The the pair, and then we'll have. That was how many? Was how many buckskins, or was that 5 shillings? You said.
Well, I was just, I don't know, it was getting a little confusing as I was looking at prices and stuff. So,
Oh.
but, okay, so really, I mean, he was giving you 4 buckskins credit for the lion skin, right? And then 1 more for the untanned wolf skins. So that's an equivalent of 5 buckskins. But, oh, well, okay, so of the stuff he has, you know, because the quartermaster prefers cash, but this guy will take pelts. So, you were looking for weapons? So, let's see. He wouldn't have martial, but
Yeah, what does he have?
what's your charisma bonus?
+1. Weapons, war gear, anything that we can use. We're level 1 characters.
He would be willing to trade all the skins for 1 brown best musket and 10 rounds, powder and ball. Let's see. 2 coat pistols. A blunderbuss carbine for 3 buckskins worth. Wait, no. Back up. I'm looking at wrong numbers. That's what I mean about, like, trying to translate it on the fly. Okay, so wait. 5.25 is 1 pound, 5 shillings. So actually, no. I screwed up on that. That's not really enough. Maybe 1 used coat pistol with a misfire of 3 instead of 2. Now knives, he could do 2 knives and a spear. Or just the ammo itself, well, stuff to make it. That's enough to make let's see, divide that. So, well, enough for powder and shot for 60 bullets. Let's see. Gunlock. Give me a break. 5 flints for the guns. He could, if you did 60 bullets, he would throw in a flint. A couple of small hatchets. Just an idea, a couple of small hatchets. And he could still throw in the flint.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
It's trying to think. Well, I don't know if anyone's going to be using a decent hatchet. But we might want to do that. Definitely we want something that ends up with flint so that we can fix that brown vest we took off.
I've been slacking a little bit. Okay, so you would like the 60 charges of ammunition and a flint, sir? For these...
Yes, I think that would be good.
Worn but decent pelts.
That way we can pick... That way we can fix that brown vest we took off the Frenchman who didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, I wouldn't give the Frenchman too much crap because he only screwed up once. Charlie's done it twice.
We had misfire. She just said it almost misfired the second time. But yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna
almost
fix
only
that
counts
musket.
in horseshoes and hand grenades. Come on.
Yeah, but you aren't doing either.
Well, give me a minute.
So 60 rounds and a flint, which we will then use to fix the musket.
Okay.
Or
Certainly. And he pulls down some powder and some lead. And, well, we kind of standardized the shot, so he would have round balls. And the powder and some strips of cloth to make the wadding. Or if you prefer, a couple sheets of paper if you guys are going to sit around and make your cartridges again. Either way.
well, if we did the cartridge rounds, it would require Charlie spending a lot of time because she's the only one with proficiency in munitions kit right now.
So you just take some patch cloth to shove in there and help seat it. That works.
Yeah.
Plus flint, plus patch cloth. 4 shots. The reenactors back east just tend to pin or tie a strip of the cloth on them somewhere, like on their ammo pouch strap, and then they just hold it on top and tear it as they start pushing the ball down. So you're not really biting the end off the things for those. But game-wise, it's still prime and load as an action. So,
Yeah.
so you've got that. However you want to split it up, and you give the flint to Tracy for the brown vest. She had it, right? Charlie had the brown vest?
No.
No? Who had? Or did anyone? Let's see.
Francois has it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right now it's in my pack because
Oh, there it is.
I can
Okay.
only hold one at a time, but and it needed a flint.
You have the bayonet also then?
Yep.
Okay.
So I will probably want to swap over to using the brown vest instead of my Frizzle carbine. So, well, this has been good for me, but does somebody need to use that? Does somebody else need a gun? Or is it my backup gun?
Do you have a gun that can shoot like 45, 180? 45 short range, 180 long range? Or were you still running around with just pistols?
I think everybody else had just pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a brown musket. Sorry. It is.
Oh, you did have the brown vest.
Yeah, it's written down.
So you were the one with the brown vest.
Sorry.
That's what I thought. I hadn't written it down. Is that okay? Or did you guys want to...
Or did someone else
Yeah,
need
that's fine.
it?
That's fine.
Okay, so you have the brown vest
vest.
and the musket. It had 9 shots, and they just got the flint. So don't worry about that. It's usable now. So brown vest with... well, you can put them separate. It doesn't always... The bayonet doesn't always have to be on. But... Are you typing it in?
So how do we want to split up these 60 rounds worth of shot? 20 for each of the people that have guns, or do we want to split it differently?
Bueller.
I'm trying to, the time, sorry. Oh, man.
Like, I think it sounds okay.
Well, that thing weighs 10 pounds, but you're strong. You can take it.
Yeah. That's one reason why I'm happy with Charlie having the musket and Francois with the carbine, because the carbine's a much lighter weapon.
Do you have it there, Brown
Yeah,
Bess?
I wrote it down.
Okay, it does 2d8 piercing damage.
I think I already...
We're allowing
Let me
dexterity,
Yeah,
although
2d8 piercing.
that's kind of a home roll. So
I have the 2d8 piercing.
2d8
What is it
piercing.
supposed to be then?
No stat bonus by
the
default.
ability modifier to the damage.
I'm pretty sure that it does, that it's supposed to, because I've seen a couple things.
No, by default.
Like because of the feats, like the pistol expert that allows you to, or the other ones that allow you to use the pistol in an extra way, it says you don't get the dexterity bonus on the damage. So it looks like they're intending that to be the standard of adding dex. I didn't see that specifically, but I've seen it reference it.
No, it's I think it's in flintlocks and fulminates, not nations and cannons. But and now I'm curious, so I'm double checking DM's guide. But by default, you don't use your ability bonus for the guns. But I've used these guns and I just disagree. And it may be because, you know, they're doing a pretty massive amount of damage for first level anyway. But I don't know. I feel like being able to hit what I'm shooting at, like, helps. Now, there are, if you're using matchlocks, you know, the ones with the big cord running off the side that's just kind of burning, and they turn their head and just kind of pull the trigger, and sort of, that's like Zen riflery. But, and you don't have percussion caps yet, but the flints, striking the pan, those can definitely be aimed. And I feel like if aiming it, and it's easier to hit a pinpoint spot, in my opinion, with my muzzle loading rifle, my Pennsylvania long rifle, than it is with my compound hunting bow. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll still shoot at quail heads with my bow and stuff. It's just, I feel like if you get it on the one, you should get it on the other. And in the DMG, it's up to you whether you want proficiency, but nations and cannons, both guns and artillery, come with military. So if you know military weapons, you can fire cannons. Otherwise, it's not addressed in the DMG. So, I mean, by default, for many games, I've used it, the dex bonus that is, and I've never felt that the extra, well, even at high level, it's only +5, right? So maybe +6 or 7 once you're in epics. And you're doing 2d8, so I don't feel like an extra +2 is going to unbalance anything. And that's more of an explanation for this stream, I think, than anyone else. But for now, I'm okay with you using it. And I really don't see any need to change it later on. So you give and take a couple extra points. That's all right. And I will say that they're not really monsters, right? But the other soldiers that they have, in sample enemies, when they're doing damage, it does do, like the Fuso Carbine does 3d8 plus 3. So it's getting his dex bonus, right? Oh, he does an extra d8 because of his class. But I'm just saying that the enemies get their ability bonus to damage.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they do, then you should. There's that was the Fusilier, but the Grenadier with his Liege musket, he gets his dex. The Hussar with his horse pistol, he gets his dex. So maybe they changed it in testing and didn't update all their stat blocks. I did that once. I published an article, my Werewolf article for Middle Earth. Didn't get the saving throws updated, so all the dragons they have basically the same DC, even though the bigger ones it should have gone higher. But not worth telling the editor to redo it. So it works. I mean, 19's not an easy DC anyway, so even for a high level, so it's all right. Anyways, you guys get it because they get it because I disagree with that rule and it's always worked in the past. So finally, the brown vest shoots. Tracy, your short range is 60 feet, long range is 240. And the bayonet does use strength. It's a strength weapon. And it's a D8 plus your strength bonus. And a strength-based attack, so strength bonus plus proficiency bonus. So you were splitting 60 4 ways, or close to?
3 ways because somebody doesn't have them.
Oh.
I don't need a gun.
So everybody's got 20 rounds of material of shot.
Okay, so you each have 20 extra powder and shot in your pouches.
Well, we've got ammunition for a while.
Yeah, Brian breaks out a critical that hits your ammo, causes you to go up in smoke, literally.
Is there one? I haven't read all of those cards. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, here we go. Hungry powder. This is for you, Sean. A spark or ember makes its way into your ammunition supply. This misfire doesn't need to be cleared. 1d12 bullets of your firearm ammunition are destroyed. You take 1d6 fire plus 1 damage for each piece of ammunition that is destroyed. Any grenades you are carrying are not affected. In addition, you must succeed on a DC 13 dex save or be set aflame. A cruel, cruel fire, they say, into his bones was sent. It dried his body like a cinder and almost turned his brain to tinder. The Thorn by William Wordsworth.
That's like an instant kill at low level if you get that one.
Yeah, that'll mess you up.
Yeah. Okay, you're dead.
But I'm happy they included that because that just makes too much sense to have something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Jokingly, because I thought it'd be your typical 5e stuff. It's like, no, we don't want to kill our players.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's entirely planned for, and everybody knows that going in. So, because it can hurt sometimes if you have big long-term plans, but if you know going in that this character very well may not make it to the next battle, much less the next war, I think it manages expectations. But so far, we've had, a couple of people down. Nobody, you made all your death saves.
It's kind of close sometimes, but we've made it.
So, all right. And then back to your tent, resting, maintenance. For the next day, you go out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That sounds good. Since I got rid of the wolf skins, don't need to care about the skulls anymore. Those were just the way of carrying the brains back to the stuff.
Right? So you can have the tannin to tan the skins.
Right. I didn't care about. It's not like I wanted to mount the skull over the door of the tent.
No, you need to own a house for that. Excuse me. Let's see. So, ooh, that was close. Let's see. So, 5 days are spent sort of scouting, and so that's 5, 18 to 523. And you're getting to know, even with the ranger, you're still getting to know the terrain better for everybody. And you're not just picking paths, but you're picking specific paths to move down and get good views. You've been here now at this fort for a couple of weeks. Well, almost 2 weeks. And you're ranging out. I guess I could, let's see if I can use that map. Just easy. I'm not going to change the whole thing out. go. Oh. Maybe I should cover it. Sorry, it's just the other stuff was showing through. Oops, sorry, was that me?
No. No, I was moving them.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want tea?
Okay. There it is. How's that look? Well, there's a little bit of glare, but you guys aren't going to be right there, so I guess it's okay. So, you're roaming a little further and further, and about 6 miles down, you come to a tavern. Where's that guy? Well, there's a woman inside serving, and there's a guy inside sitting drinking, and I guess we'll use her. And then I guess we'll use him. Just kind of sitting at the table. He's got kind of bushy reddish hair and a big bushy beard. He's wearing buckskins. He looks like a frontiersman in many ways, similar to you guys. And the woman is wearing sort of standard petticoat, blouse, bodice, in the style of the times. Her hair's up. And she says, travelers come through Molly's. Come in, have a seat. What can I get for you?
Ale.
Ale? Coming right up. Would you like some stew, or?
Stew would be good too.
You go in. Is everyone going in, or is someone not?
Yeah.
And so she goes back, and she starts, getting mugs and bowls of stew ready. And the man at the next table turns towards you and he goes, "Ale, is it? I've got something here," and he reaches down and pulls a flask up from his side. "That'll really light your fire. Might even let you see through time. You want to try some?" He pops the cork and takes a swig, and he's like, "Ah!" And his whole body shakes, and he's like, you can sort of smell the moonshine fumes from where you're at.
No, friend,
It's pure alcohol.
I am totally
Thank you.
perfectly fine with my ale. Thank you, though.
We
Your generous offer.
We still need to be fairly coherent. We can't be taking trips through time. We need to be in the present. You tell him, Wyatt.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I mean, you know what they say, if you can still stand and fight, you haven't had enough to drink. And he takes another pull. He's offering his flask to you.
No.
Good sir, thank you, but no thank you.
Oh, very well. He sits back down and gets back to his bread and soup.
Probably is a good idea to eat.
Out of character. Out of character.
Uh-huh.
Pretty girl privilege. It says I don't have to be polite.
Yeah, right.
So eventually the woman gets her stuff together and she brings it over and says, "Oh, never mind, Caleb. He's just, I got started early today."
The local
Even for him.
The local Appalachian moonshiner. Yeah, classic.
Why is like, what is he doing here? The other dog must be out.
Or someone else is trying to enjoy their backyard.
Yeah,
Because he's kind of a jerk.
He is kind of a jerk. And he's a creeper too.
Alright, so you find Molly's, decline Caleb's drink offer, short rest. I don't think any of you really needed it. It's been several days, so you're all long rested up. I don't know if we said that officially, other than 5 days go by. But you are all long rested up. And
Oh.
what's that gonna be? Um, okay. So that was 517. Almost back to back, okay. But then the next one, Molly's. And then, I guess I'll make stilts. That figures. Alright. So you're on your way back that afternoon. And I don't know, this may be nothing. I guess it depends on you guys, but there's a couple of men I'd say they look kind of like trappers on the road heading west from where you're at. As you're sort of heading back east, you've gone a couple of miles, which means it's about 3 p.m. And they look up. Sort of stop and whisper at each other for a moment. And then one kind of, the other one, not the one that was really doing the talking, the other one just kind of smiles and waves at you. Oh, wait, you guys travel kind of like this.
Let him figure it out.
I'll call out a friendly greeting in my most backcountry Cajun accent, or in Cajun. Nice backcountry Cajun. Hi, how you doing? How's your luck been today?
You're good.
There are enough people who speak French to get an idea of what I say.
So he smiles and he says with the same sort of accented French, we didn't really find a good place. It seems like having all those soldiers back down there has scared the otters and beavers off the river. Have you found anything up your way? I guess you step out to the road, right?
Not since some wolves came by a couple days ago. They looked pretty hungry.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
Soldiers tend to drive everything away, don't they?
They do. It's most terrible. Well, good luck then. If we find anything, we'll let you know. Hopefully you'll do the same if we run into each other again.
Yes? Well, of course. Good luck to you as well. May God be with you.
And to you. Oh. Well, alright, I'm gonna roll, but... Alright. These guys aren't terribly religious types. I mean, there is, like, the Catholic Protestant fights weren't really that long ago in Europe. Really kind of ongoing. So, but these guys don't, they're not like, you mean the Pope or not the Pope or anything like that. They just don't get into it. But, okay, so you bump into them.
What? Over here.
I was raised in backcountry, but, my father may have been, Catholic, but we spent a lot of time in native areas. But I know enough that he expected every Frenchman he ever saw to be Catholic and devout.
Oh, oui, monsieur. As it should be. And, so they act friendly as they go by. They don't, suddenly shoot you or anything like that. And just make some notes. East to Fort. All right. So the sun goes down on the 23rd of May, 1755, and I don't really want to get started with anything, and like it's 5 to 9, so I think, yeah, back to the fort. I mean, if there's any last things you guys want to do bookkeeping wise,
Yeah.
I think you already did most of it, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'd report that these guys are out there, and it's possible that they might be scouts from the French, but we don't know for sure. And this way, well, maybe they think we're scouts for the French, and we'll be able to get away with things later.
okay. Captain Gates is on duty, so you make your report to him. And he makes note of it. He says, that does sound suspicious. I don't remember any other traders than you around recently. I'll have to ask the corporal of the guard. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. And so I'm going to hit pause here. And let me get back. Oops. Sorry, Wyatt. Alright. So thanks for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll be back with this one next week. Continuing around, well, really the same area, Fort Cumberland, Maryland, until the rest of the army gets here. But word is starting to arrive that they're not too far away. They're still picking up levies and trying to get wagons and things, but still at least a few days out. So we'll have at least a little more scouting next time, and then moving on from there once they arrive. So thanks for listening and watching, and we will catch you next time.